This time we are looking at component placement on the PCB. However, in this case there are some components missing from the PCB as footprints were not available during ECO from the schematic. But first I will check which footprints are unavailable by running the ECO. On validation, we see a list of footprints not found in the available libraries, and subsequently nets cannot be added as the pads they connect to are missing. On checking the available libraries, we see that only the miscellaneous libraries are available. Note that the miscellaneous libraries should not be used for design, they are there for learning the product. Knowing there are correct libraries available, these will be installed and the miscellaneous ones removed. The bird symbol allows choice of library type listed. Components can be placed by simple drag and drop and rotated by the spacebar. The commands like the move command, for instance, can be accessed in a number of ways. Note that the rotation is by 90 degrees. However, any angle can be used by setting in system parameters, here set to 30 degrees. D1 and R1 are to be placed on the bottom side of the board. To do this, the L key is used. Note how, unlike the through-hole pads of D1 not changing colour, the surface mount pads on R1 reflect the copper layer colour. Positioning R1 causes a collision, which can be corrected in the 3D view as well as in the 2D view. However, notice that many components are not showing their 3D models. On reviewing the properties of D3, it shows that it uses footprint DO-41, but from the miscellaneous libraries. The simplest way to correct this is to refresh all footprints from the newly added libraries by using one of its used footprints. Here, opening DO-41 in Edit, where we can see its model in place. We can run Update PCB with all footprints. This will replenish all the footprints in the design from those libraries. This has updated the footprints and thus the models on those footprints. However, we see that this has led to placement collisions which need correcting. This time we'll do it in 2D. We still need to add the missing components that did not have footprints available initially, so we rerun ECO. On validation, we see that they now have them available. The nets will still be in error because the pads are not in the design yet, but on execute it is recognized that they are being added. After a tidy here, we are now going to use cross probe from the schematic to the PCB to guide placement. We see R6 and C2 are connected to IC4 on the schematic, and using the cross probe function we can find IC4 and place that component close to R6 and C2.